26 ways to double your sales. Now, one of the biggest challenges we have as business owners, as entrepreneurs, is basically keeping our revenue going, right? And we're always thinking, man, if I could just do more, if I could just do more. Well, a lot of times we get distracted by all of the different things that we need to think about, and we're like, oh man, I've heard social media is big, so let me run over here and do some social media stuff. Or I've heard AdWords is important, so I need to get that going. Or I've heard YouTube is really big, so I need to work on that. Or I heard this new trick and hack for Instagram. I heard this new thing called Periscope is going to be awesome, right? So we get distracted on all these things, and we forget about the stuff in our business that's already working. So one of the strategies that I would recommend that you consider is to look at the things in your business currently that are working. Because if you have a business that's up and running, or you have a YouTube channel, let's say, and you're getting subscribers, well, analyze what you did to get those subscribers and then do more of that. Okay, I know that sounds oversimplistic, but really, sometimes you don't need a new breakthrough thing. You just need to do more of the thing that's already working. Because here's a big secret, right? Just because you go over to Instagram or you go over to Pinterest and you start focusing a lot of effort on social, that might not be your best customer, right? Maybe your best customer is on LinkedIn, right? And you're getting leads from LinkedIn. Maybe you need to do more LinkedIn advertising, okay? So I think you get where I'm going with this. Let's just jump in and let me just give you 26 big ways that you can double your business. Okay. The first way is your email list. Okay. If you currently have an email list that you're sending promotions to, consider what would happen with your business if you just double the number of email subscribers you have. Would it be that simple? If you just doubled the number of email subscribers, would you double your business? Well, if all the things in your business stayed constant and you had exactly twice as many people on that list, then the answer would be yes, right? If the only variable in the equation was the number of subscribers you had, your opt-in rate stayed the same, your conversion rate stayed the same, the number of products you have stayed the same, the number of offers you had stayed the same, the number of affiliates you stayed the same, the frequency that your customers buy stayed the same, right? Your pricing structure stayed the same, and you just doubled the number of email subscribers you have. Would you double the business? Yeah, you would have to, okay? So another thing to consider is your opt-in rate, right? I've seen guys who were doing millions of dollars of business and were ready to burn the whole thing to the ground because, the margins were thin. And then the opt-in rate of the actual lead page was abysmal. And all that he needed to do, this is a friend of mine actually, all he needed to do was take the opt-in rate for the lead page that he was getting his email opt-ins and just bump it up a little bit. And it added like another $1 million to the bottom line every year. So consider your opt-in rate. So if your opt-in rate on your landing page is, let's say it's 5% or 10% right now, if you went from 5 to 10 or 10 to 20 and everything else stayed the same, you didn't change one single thing in your autoresponder, in your upsell process, in any of your back-end sequences, if everything stayed the same, you just got more leads, would you double the business? Yeah, I think you would. Okay, so we're looking for that one big leverage point that you can focus on just to double the business like that. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, double your click-through rate. So right now, if you're sending out emails and you're getting a 10% or 6% or 5% or 3% click-through rate of all the emails you send, if you double that, you know what? Maybe you double the business. So you need to focus on optimizing your click-through rates. You can do that by images. You can do that through video images where people actually think it's a video in the actual thing. You can do it by customizing your email. So there's some tools out there. One of them is by my buddy, Brad Martin, who owns 6th Division. He's got a little tool that you can actually purchase for $400 or $500 or something. And it'll actually have a sign there. And you can actually hold up a sign and it'll say, "Hey, Dan," and it actually looks like it's handwritten on the thing. The click-through rate on that thing, amazing. You can actually merge into an image the name of your customer, right? So that would definitely bump your click-through rate. So you would focus on click-through rate if email marketing is a big part of your business. Okay, so let's go on to number 4. Double the frequency which people buy. So right now, let's say you sell a product, right? Or a service. and then it's 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, or 12 months down the road before they buy again. If you cut that length in half, so instead of it being every 30 days they make a purchase, every 15 they make a purchase, and your customer base stayed the same, your leads stayed the same, you would double the business. All right, number 5. What if you just doubled your price, right? You mean like, oh, dude, my market's so competitive, there's no way that would ever work. Okay, well, I'm just asking you to consider it. If you doubled your price, okay, and you got the exact number of sales, exact number of customers, exact number of leads, and you just charge twice as much, guess what? You just doubled the business with the same exact variables. Now, some of this stuff, you might be like, Dan, I can't double my price. What if you could bump it 30%? What if you just instantly just went into your database and literally just changed every single number, bumped it up 30%. So you took every single, if it was $100, you multiply by 1.3, you get $130. Just change your pricing. Would you instantly increase the bottom line by 30%? And you could increase your click-through rate by 30%, and you can increase something else by 30%. Now you went 30%, you're almost up to 100% increase. That's almost a doubling the business. You see where I'm going with this? Okay, so what if you doubled your ad spend? This is kind of funny, actually. I talk to people, I try to help people, and I'm like, okay, so you're spending $10,000 a month in Facebook. That's awesome. So why don't, and you're getting back, like every time you spend $1, you get back $1.25. What if you just doubled your ad spend? What if you just went to $20,000? Well, wow, that would be a lot of money. Yeah, I agree. Well, it's a lot of money to some people. I know people spending over $100,000 a month on Facebook. The point is, if you just double your ad spend, maybe you'd actually double the business, okay? So look at the thing that's already working and to see if you can do more of that. All right, let's look at number 7, doubling your traffic. So right now, this is actually one of the first things people actually think about, but they don't actually develop an execution plan around this strategy. So let's say right now you're renting lists and you're mailing out postcards, or you're renting lists and you're sending out emails, or you're buying traffic from a website, right? Or you're running AdWords, okay? What if you just doubled the number of visitors to your site, okay? So if you have people that are coming from YouTube, and let's say 50% of the people are coming from YouTube, and right now you go and you look at your assets you have on YouTube, the videos you're currently producing and the new videos you're producing, you ask yourself a simple question. Could I do a better job at getting people to subscribe and then to go and visit my website, right? Because that's kind of the two things you want them to do on YouTube. You want them to subscribe to your channel so they get your new content and you get notified of it. And you want them to go and visit your website, your e-commerce store, or maybe you're selling some type of information product or something, right? So look at your current strategy. Look at your current tactics that you're deploying on your YouTube channel and say, can I double the number of visitors that I'm currently getting from YouTube? Okay, so that's a very simple strategy, just to double the traffic. Okay, what if you doubled your conversion rate? So right now in your video sales center, you're getting a 5% conversion rate, right? And that's to warm traffic. What if you took that to 10%? I've got a video sales letter right now that's converting at 13%. So every time people put eyeballs on that thing, 13% of them buy. Okay, that's a pretty good conversion rate for a video sales letter. Now, these people have been warmed up. They're very qualified customers and all of that stuff. But what if you just took a conversion rate on the thing that sells the most, your number one most selling product, and you focused on making that better, right? Now, let me give you a quick little tool that you can use called Visual Website Optimizer. That thing is amazing. And unless you're getting some sick number of visitors every single month to your website, it works pretty good. We've actually broken it once because we ran just an insane amount of traffic in one day to this thing, and it kind of bogged our site down. But if you're doing, just normal traffic, I'd say less than 250,000 visitors a month, this thing just sings along and it's perfect. So Visual Website Optimizer, you can just go there, check it out, and you can put this little script on your website and you can create 2 different versions of your landing page. You can create 2 different versions of your video or of your sales letter, okay? And you can test which one works better and it'll show you all the data. Very simple, okay? Awesome tool. And there's a lot of other tools out there that you can use as well. So let's talk about, what if you just doubled the number of products you currently have to sell, right? a mentor of mine, Perry Belcher, is well, not really, really like BFF. He knows who I am, I guess. But he always has this mantra, which is the guy who sells the most stuff, the guy who has the most stuff to sell sells the most stuff. So what if you took your number of products that you currently have and you just doubled them, right? So let's say you put people in an autoresponder sequence, they last for 30 days, okay? What if that sequence was 60 days long and you had twice as many products, right? Sometimes it really is just that easy. Give your people that you've already developed a relationship with, that you've already gone the extra mile to court down this continuum from stranger to customer to loyal brand, ambassador, right? What if you just gave them more stuff to buy from you? It really sometimes is that simple. All right, let's talk about doubling your affiliate promotion. So right now, let's say that a large source of your income is affiliates, right? You send out other offers. Always service your customers first. So if you don't have something to sell them that they want to buy or they need, then go find an affiliate product and give them a link and let them go buy it from somebody else. You get paid a commission on it. It really is. You have an obligation to service your customers as best you possibly can, okay? So if you're selling affiliate products, what if you just doubled the number of affiliate products you're currently selling? Or what if you doubled up on the number of sales you're currently selling of that one product, okay? So consider the thing that's already working and think of the strategy that you need to deploy in order to double the number of sales in that particular area that's already working. Now, this seems like a ridiculously easy thing to do, but here's a little thing that we've discovered in our businesses. The more emails we send, the more money we make. I know that sounds ridiculous, right? Well, the truth is, right now in email marketing, everybody and their grandma is now an email marketer, right? So I think we're kidding ourselves to think that we can just send out one email and people are just kind of waiting on getting that email once a week, right? We're now emailing our customers up to 3 times a day if they're fully engaged, right? If they're engaged with us, if they're clicking, if they're buying, if they actually like what we have to say, we're emailing them up to 3 times a day. Why? Well, first time they might get a simple YouTube video. Hey, go check this video out. The second one might be a daily deal. Here's the daily deal of the day. We actually call them the daily steal. And then here's a awesome video that you might want to go check out on this other person's blog. We might not even get paid anything just to send that. Why? Because that's natural. That's what people do with email. They send frequent emails and they share stuff that they actually like, right? So we might send email, we might send promo, we might send link out to another website, okay? Because that's natural. That'll also help your email deliverability with the ISPs because they're like, hey, this person isn't just sending traffic directly back to their site. They're sending it over to YouTube. They're sending it over to this blog. They're sending it to this authority site. They're sending it to their landing page, right? That's natural. If you're always hammering your customers to go buy my site, go buy my site, go to buy it from my site, can hurt your email deliverability over time. But all I'm saying is, if you're sending 1 email a week, send 2. If you're sending email every day, send 2 emails a day and just see what happens. Just see what happens. Just try it, right? I mean, like, oh, people are going to unsubscribe. Okay, let them unsubscribe because you know what? They're not that interested in what you're saying anyway. And engage with the people that are actually interested. They don't care if you send them an email or 2 a day, okay? Especially if it's good content. Content is king. Don't forget that, okay? All right, let's talk about the number, number 12. Let's see, number 12, doubling the number of affiliates you currently have. So if you currently have, let's use the old Pareto's law, right? 80-20. If you have an affiliate program, let's say, and you are actually running affiliate traffic, people are sending you traffic to your website, right? And let's say you have 100 affiliates. If you go and run the numbers on this, I promise you, 10 of those affiliates are representing 90% of your sales. It's the old Pareto's law. I know is 80-20, but in a lot of stuff that we do is more like 95-5 or 90-10, okay, the ratio. So what if you just focused on those 10 affiliates and turning the affiliates number 11 through 20, making them more successful? So you take your top 10, you analyze what they're doing, and you take your other, between 11 and 20, and you make them, you create some best practices, you create some new collateral for them to use, you create some new promotions for them to use, you create some new content for them to use, you create some contests, right, between those, and then you allow them to ascend up to the level that those other people are, right? Well, if you doubled those affiliates, if you doubled their number of sales, then you just doubled your business. Or if you if you have 100 affiliates and you doubled the number of affiliates, guess what? You're going to have a 90-10 law over there, or maybe it's 80-20 over there as well. So now you have 200 affiliates, and instead of only 10 of those or 20 of those people, instead of 10 people if you have 100 affiliates and you have 10 of them who are rock stars, if you double the number of affiliates, guess what? You're going to have 10 out of that as well. So you'll have a total of 20 rock stars out of 200 affiliates who are sending you traffic. That would double the business. All right. How about doubling the number of sales affiliates that currently send you sales? So I guess I just covered that one. But basically, it means that if you have affiliates that you're sending a check to for $10,000 a month, what if you just got them to send you twice as many sales, right? Maybe you would double the business. Maybe you took that person's commission from 30% to 40%, and you incentivized them that, hey, you know what? When you send me $10,000 a month, I'm going to give you 50% of the commission. What do you care? You're acquiring customers at 50% cost, and I'll do that all day long. In fact, I'll do it up to 100% sometimes. Now, let's talk about doubling the number of appointments that you have. So if your business works on appointments, what if you just doubled the number of appointments, right? So don't get distracted by all these other things out here. Just say, right now I'm getting 10 appointments a week. What if I got 20 appointments a week and I close the exact same amount? Guess what? You double the business. How about doubling the number of inbound calls? So if you have calls that come into your call center or calls that come into your desk to schedule appointments or whatever, what if you just got twice as many? Okay, would that double the business? Maybe it would. What if you doubled the number of page views you get? So right now, if you use an arbitrage model, where you're sending people to a page and you're running ads on that page, right? And they're clicking ads and then they're moving on. So you're buying ads for $1, let's say you're buying clicks for 50 cents, you're selling ads on your site for $1, and the math works out where you're making you're in the black, you're making a profit on that arbitrage. And then guess what? If you just doubled the number of page views, then you doubled the business, because more views means more clicks. Okay. If everything else stayed the same, if the click-through rate on your ad stayed the same, if the number of subscribers you get stayed the same, if your traffic even stayed the same, if you just double the number of page views by giving people, maybe you put an amazing blog post where they click through and they view, let's say, an average of 2 pages instead of 1 when they land on your site, you just doubled your ad revenue. Does that make sense? Okay. Consider that if that's your model. What if you just doubled the number of subscribers you have on YouTube? Well, I guess this is pretty simple, but again, don't overthink this stuff. So if you currently have 10,000 subscribers and you're making X, if you had 20,000 subscribers, would you make Y? Okay, then look at how you got those first 10,000 and then do more of that. Don't get distracted. Don't, chase after the magic bullet, the little fantasy unicorn floating across the room of the newest, brightest, shiniest thing. Just go, how did I get 10,000 subscribers? Can I do that again? Because if you can, you double the business. Does that make sense? Cool. All right. How about if you cut in half your cart abandonment rate? This is a biggie, and a lot of people never even give it a second thought. But here's a news flash for you. People land on your site, they read your offer, and they may even want to buy. Okay. They click add to cart, and they go to the cart, the order form, and they're like, what is this? Like, what is this thing? Am I on the same site? And what was that guarantee? How do I get in touch with the customer service? What was that bonus again that I'm getting? Is there a payment plan? Do they take PayPal? They start going through all of these things in their mind. Well, what if you put a little chat box on an order form that said, need some help completing your purchase? And they go, yeah. And then 10,000 people land on that thing and 50% of the people leave, which means 5,000% of the people leave. Well, if you just doubled that number of people, or if you cut in half the number of people that leave, so instead of 5,000 leaving, right, you actually had 10,000 people stay and ordered. Guess what? That'd be awesome. So if 5,000 of them leave and now only 2,500 leave, again, the math works either way. Whether you cut it in half or you double it, you would double the business. So cart abandonment is a big deal. And again, Visual Website Optimizer can help you with that. I'm sure there's some other things that just happens to be the one I'm thinking of off the top of my head. But you could do that just by putting a simple chat box on there. Dude, we've done simple things like put a phone number on the order form and then people pick up the phone and ask a simple question and place the order over the phone. Okay, that might be a place where you're losing money right there. And it would be just brain dead simple to get a chat box, to hire someone in the Philippines, hire 3 people in the Philippines to run an 8-hour shift to cover all 24 hours, and then actually be able to answer a few questions. And the questions are usually simple, like, what's the refund policy? Do I have to have a receipt? When can you ship this? Is this returnable? All of that kind of stuff. Just train those people and then cut your cart abandonment rate in half. Crazy good stuff. All right. How about if you doubled your distribution? So let's say right now you have a physical product, right? And you're selling it on your e-commerce site. Well, what if you just plugged in Amazon to that, right? So I actually suggest you get this thing kind of locked down over here in your universe in the media space that you own, right? In other words, you bring people to your website, you sell them stuff, you develop a relationship with them, you follow up them, you sell them more stuff, okay? And then you take that stuff that's already proven, your bestsellers, you put that on Amazon, and then you start driving some traffic to Amazon to boost those sales, okay, and those rankings. Well, Amazon, I'm not sure if you know this or not, is a big channel for distribution. So if you're not doing anything on Amazon, then that might be a very good way to just increase your distribution. Or if you have a business that runs on distribution centers, what if you just double the number of distribution centers that you have? Okay, so just focus on the stuff that's working and do more of that. What if you, let's see here. What if you doubled your page views? I think we talked about that, doubled your referrals. Okay, so right now you have people that are buying from you, people that are subscribing to you, people that are signing up for your email list, right? What if you just put into place a simple referral program so that when they bought something, they could actually benefit by spreading the word? Okay, a very simple example of this is like DirecTV, right? If you sign up for DirecTV and you get like somebody else signs up, then you get $50 and that person gets $50 or something. I'm kind of making up the numbers. I don't remember the exact offer. But if you could put into place a rock solid referral program. So right now you're like, yeah, I'm getting referrals. That's the way my business works, is on referrals. Okay, cool. So do you have a process of getting referrals, a systematic way of getting referrals? Well, no, people just organically do it. Thank God they're doing that. That means you have a legitimate business. Now, what if you actually put some thought behind it and said, how can I just get people to give me more referrals? How could I incentivize them to do that? Could I send them a big box of cookies after they buy from me that says, I would love for you, if we've done a good job for you, the highest possible compliment you could ever give us is to refer a friend. Now, maybe they don't have that need right now, or they don't have that referral, that friend standing in front of them right now, but you could actually give them that box of cookies, give them the referral cards, like print out 3 cards and maybe they walk into your office with those 3 cards, or maybe they just simply tell the person about your stuff and you somehow close the loop so that you can reward them again for and when they send you another referral, send them another box of cookies, right? Maybe you send them a chocolate chip the first time, send them oatmeal raisin the second time, okay? People love cookies, by the way. It's a great gift, a great way to incentivize people because there's that endorphin launch in your brain that happens when you eat food and then you're looking at the brand and you're going, oh, wow, this is cool. These people are nice to me and I'm getting this awesome endorphin rush. Okay, so might want to think about the referral strategy. Just double the number of referrals you're currently getting. What if you doubled your upsells? So right now, let's say you have no upsells. Well, if you double it, that would mean you need to put like 1 in place, right? That may even like 10x your sales, who knows? But if you already have an upsell process, what if you have another one? So right now, let's say you take people from purchase to, hey, you get this thing for $50 and then you get this other thing if you like it for another $50. Okay, cool. And then let's say that they don't purchase that. What do you do with the people that don't purchase? Do you say, okay, thank you, bye? Or do you take them to a downsell page? So if they click on buy now with 1 click, then they order. If they say no thank you, if they click on the no thank you link, you take them to another page and you go, hey, you know what? I noticed that you didn't actually purchase my widget for $50, and it's really important that you get this thing, and because it's going to help you. And here's what it's going to do for you: A, B, and C. I can't lower the price because the price is, is basically what it is. And I don't think it would be right to give you a discount, when this other person just paid $50 for it or whatever, right? So, but what I can do is offer you a payment plan. So you offer them the $50 over here, and then you offer them a 3-pay over here on the downsell. What if you just what if you got like 20% of the people that took that downsell? Well, guess what? That's going to go straight to your bottom line. Or what if you just if you have one upsell, what if you put 2 in place? Okay. See where I'm going with this? All right. What if you doubled your promotions? So let's say right now your big promotions are centered around Christmas and they're centered around Halloween, right? Because you sell some type of physical good that gets shipped out to people and people are in the buying mode. Well, one of the things I would encourage you to do is just double the number of promotions you have. So guess what? You can go and line up all your promotional calendar, your entire promotional calendar around holidays, national holidays. So if you have Washington's birthday, I know it sounds ridiculous, but guess what? People want to buy from you. Just give them a reason to. Hey, we're having a sale. It's on Washington's birthday and it ends the day after, right? Or how about Labor Day sale or 4th of July sale or Valentine's Day, right? Line up your promotions with the calendar where people are already in the buying mode. And so if you're only doing 2 major promotions, what if you 3x that and you said, okay, I'm going to hit Halloween, I'm going to hit Valentine's Day, I'm going to hit Washington's birthday, Labor Day, Memorial Day, and all of these things you actually turned into promotions for your promotional calendar, and you were promoting 2 or 3 or 4 times as much. Would you double the business? Maybe it is that simple. Consider that strategy. Lastly, what if you double your revenue producing processes? Okay. This is kind of an advanced strategy, but let's say right now that you're currently the processes you have in place are that you send out a daily email, right? So every single day, everybody on the list gets an email. You also have a process for Facebook ads, and you have a process for YouTube ads or AdWords, right? So those are your 3 core processes that are generating your revenue. What if you developed 3 brand new core processes, okay, that were complementary to the ones that are already in place, but they were new, okay? So what if you decided that you were going to have a person that was going to manage all your mobile stuff? So everything that you have, every single landing page, every single order form, every single sales letter, every single video, every single piece of content you have, make it mobile, okay? And you had that person to own that strategy so that people on their phones could actually engage with your brand, okay? Because right now your site may not be mobile friendly, some landing pages may not work, and therefore, guess what? Once you get all that content done and mobile and ready, you can now run all your mobile ads, okay? That would be a core process. Another one would be YouTube. So right now, YouTube is, probably not just right now, it's going to be big for a long, long time. And YouTube ads, I know somebody spending $40,000 a day just on YouTube ads because they're converting like crazy. Okay, it's an amazing, amazing platform. And let's say that you're running AdWords, but you're not doing YouTube ads. Well, make that another core process. Give that process to someone. Let them own that. Let them wake up and only think about YouTube ads and how to get you more customers every single day. That could be another core process. And another one would be, let's say you don't have an affiliate program, hire an affiliate manager. Say, here's the structure. Go out and find me some affiliates to promote my deal. Okay, those would be 3 new core processes that you could add on to the ones that are currently working that could probably double the business. All right, we're getting close to the end, and thank you for sticking with me on this. Hopefully you've gotten some value from it. Another way that you can double your sales is by doubling your content, right? So let's say that right now you are producing a video that gets transcribed and gets put on your blog, right? Awesome. That would be awesome if you're doing that on a regular basis. Well, what if you actually took that process, okay, and you doubled your content? So now, instead of it becoming video that becomes blog post, it becomes video that becomes blog post, that becomes email that drives people back to your blog post. So every video you make actually becomes ultimately a transcribed blog post, and it gets chunked down and it becomes your email content. So you can drive people back to your blog or drive people directly to your YouTube video. Then what if you actually turn that into a post that goes onto Facebook? And then what if you took that same video and uploaded it to Facebook so that it became a Facebook video? And then what if you took that Facebook video or that video, you stripped out the audio and you created a podcast? Well, now you've got Facebook, right? You've got a video over there. You've got your podcast. You've got your post. You've got the blog. You've got your YouTube video. You've got email content. What if you just doubled the number of content so that there were more hooks in the water to bring in more leads? Does that make sense? Sometimes it really is that simple. Okay, and the last one, and this is the one I think people think about the least, okay? This is the one that hit me the other day like I was shot in the head with a diamond, okay? What if you doubled the number of people on your team? So right now, let's say that you have processes in place. Let's say you have leads coming in. Let's say you're making sales. You have some type of revenue generating activity. And let's say you have 2 people on your team, all right? What if you just took the time to find, recruit, and to vet and then hire and train 2 more people? So if you have 2 people now, what if you hired 2 more people? Would you double your business? Well, here's one way to think about it. In one of my businesses, the current value per employee is about $200,000 a year. Now, we don't pay people anywhere near $200,000 a year. So if we're paying an average of, let's say, $50,000 a year, and that person's worth $200,000 a year, well, what if I just hired some more $50,000 a year people that also produce $200,000 of revenue? Well, I would probably double the business. So guess what I'm focusing on right now? Doubling the team. So we're in a hiring mode right now and training. And of course, you got to hire the right people. You got to train them like crazy. And that's a whole nother video. But the point is, consider taking your current team and doubling the size. So you know that there's things out there right now that you could be doing. Let's say you don't have you have no AdWords campaign. You're just all in with Facebook, right? Well, guess what? AdWords has a lot of eyeballs. They have a lot of eyeballs. So maybe your next move is to go and find someone that's a Google certified AdWords expert, right? And bring them in, train them, and let them own the Google part, right? Maybe they could just run your YouTube ads, okay? Or maybe they could just run your YouTube channel, or maybe they could just run your direct mail list. You have a list of customers already. You want to say, look, we want to send out a promotion, a direct mail promotion every month to the people that bought from us in the last 30 days that have spent at least $200 with us, or whatever your metrics are. Go and find that person and let them own that process. Or take your current people and slide in a new person and then take that awesome person and let them do something new. Okay? Either way, you can double the number of people that you have on your team and probably double your business. That's actually what I'm personally doing right now, is I'm just focusing on people and team building. So I know this is a long video. I want to thank you for watching, and I want to encourage you to pick one of these strategies and go and implement it in your business, and don't get distracted by all the shiny objects. And if there's any way that I can help you, please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. Take care, my friend. All the best, and I'll see you next time.